Play a little Battlefield as usual. Seeing how long I can wear the mask. It's difficult though because I can't drink my coffee wearing the mask. So yeah, wearing the mask just because. Fuck it. I haven't worn it on stream. I don't plan on wearing it the whole time because I don't have really any plans at all as far as the stream goes. But yeah, we're here, and eventually I'm gonna play some Battlefield. Also, like I said, it's not about Battlefield really. I'm gonna sit here, watch videos, make videos as well while I'm watching videos. And yeah, if anybody wants to interact with me while I'm doing those things that I just talked about,
Ready for orders.
hit me up. Through the chat or Cash App. No, I'm just playing, but hit me up. However, you can get my attention. Because obviously I got a lot of shit going on over here. I do have the chats up, but since nobody chats, I won't be displaying them on the screen because, yeah, again, like I said, nobody chats anyway. So I don't feel like going through the process of putting it on the screen, especially when nobody's gonna actually use the feature. So I'm gonna go check a couple websites for some videos that I could possibly repost that aren't too bad. Like this video. A guy accidentally shoots himself in the thigh, rolls blunt while being loaded into the ambulance. See, so that's something that, you don't see every day. So yeah, we'll be reposting that. It's pretty much that simple, you know? I try to find stuff that I think is interesting. I try to find stuff that is already potentially viral, and then I use it to market my business. I've seen it done successfully from a few other people, local people, not just big businesses like Inside Edition or the normal news corporations that you see every day. But yeah, under the First Amendment, I have the right, so I'm trying to use it to my best ability to, market my company. Yeah, it sucks, but yeah, it sucks to some people's misfortune is another one's, opportunity. And I heard from, I can't remember the guy's name, but he said, never let a tragedy go to waste. So, uh, yeah, it it is what it is, man. Call it what you want, but I think it's a valuable way to market a business, especially when you want to use the least amount of money on marketing as possible. And I'd rather do it myself, market my business myself, than pay somebody else that really doesn't have the same passion or don't care about my shit. They just care that my payments come through. You know what I mean? So with that said, that's a little bit of my train of thought. I don't generally answer questions about anything because what's the point? People usually don't get the gist of what you're saying anyway because they have to experience, they have to go through whatever you're talking about usually to understand it. You could tell a person till you're blue in the face something, but they won't get it really until afterwards. So I spend a lot of, time doing research on topics that interest me instead of wasting my time with people that'll inevitably stab you in the back when they get the chance to anyway. So yeah. With that said, this is, my attempt at like a 5 to 10 year plan. to try to, build a company from scratch. And I usually, more often than not, I don't take advice from anybody because nobody else is going through this like me or like, trying to do this. So like, and not every path is for everybody. So I mean, I try to, obviously take heed to other people's experiences, but I mean, also do what I want. And if I think it's going to work, I think it's going to work. So there's that. And yeah, I mean, some people may not understand it, and that's fine. It's not for everybody to understand. But copyright laws, the Copyrights Act, um, it affords me the opportunity to use their content, um, and try to, for my own personal gain. Like I said, it's better me doing this than, being a criminal and shit. So, I mean, it sucks, I guess, for certain people's opinions about what they thought of me or what they think of me, and they may still think that or may think something different, but that doesn't matter to me. Like I said, this is more of a plan. I've like when I was young, I was like probably like be a little bit more backstory. I was like shit 6, maybe not 8, 9, 10 or something like that in that area. And I used to make a radio show at the house all the time by myself. I had a little yellow Sony radio from the 80s or the 90s. I don't know. It was the little iconic yellow radio that you may not have seen. But I had that radio, and I used to make mixtapes at home. I would record the radio all day long, and then I would make mixtapes. Um, and that was, and then I would retape over that tape once again and make a voiceover track. And I would make a radio, like I would act like I was on the radio, like it was my radio station. So, fast forward to 2023, and now, I have what, some may not look at and appreciate. I have a media corporation, a clothing line, and everything that's, working, trying to work, at least in tandem together to, build each other up. Whether the music goes up, the videos, the media corporation goes up, the clothes goes up, whatever goes up, it don't matter. I'm just doing what I think is afforded to me. And like I said, I should have done this a long time ago because shit, all my interests over the, last 15 years have turned into like money things. Like I remember when I was a kid and I would watch, well, not a kid, but I remember when I was a kid though, we would play games and be like, man, it would be cool to play online or, live stream this so you could watch me play it. And now all that stuff is here today. So for me not to take the opportunity and give it a shot, and like I said, I put an effort into other things or other people's dreams. And not to say that, this is a dream because this is reality now, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, sometimes you gotta stop fucking with everybody and just do your own thing, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's who you really have to fall back on, because nobody else is gonna help you if anything falls, out of place or changes, drastically, for you. The only person you can look in the mirror and blame is yourself, and you can only rely on yourself as well. So build something for yourself is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? I mean, it's good to have a job or whatever and, work and make money and stuff and feed your family and stuff, but it's also something that's possibly inside you that wants to do something else, and don't let, societal norms and everything holding you back from what you really want to do. Just do it. It's not going to work the first day. You may not work at all, but at least you'll be able to say, you tried and shit, and you won't regret it, because you know that's probably the worst thing that you can have happen to yourself, is that you regret that you didn't do something. And certain things you just can't go back and change. Like, you know, I have a few things that I would love to go back and change in my life, but I can't go back. So the only thing we can do is move forward and make our next move our best move, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Man accidentally shoots himself. Yeah. Accidentally shot himself in the thigh. All right, whatever. I'll just keep it the way it said. But yeah, man. So we just doing a normal afternoon right now, making videos, um, talking shit, swallowing spit. Like I said, if anybody has a intellectual or engaging question, you know, I'll answer maybe possibly one of those. But yeah, nonsensical fucking stupid shit, I'm not answering any of that. If it's a fucking rhetorical question, I'm not answering that either. You know, if it's obvious that you can fucking use your own brain to answer it, then obviously I won't be answering any of those either. But like I said, at this point, it might be even a game within a game. What questions will I answer? But like I said, if it's thought provoking and you know thought of, you know, you actually put some thought into the question, then yeah. But I would also answer the question like this as well. Why are you asking me? You know, you really should ask yourself, because the person that you really need to be honest with is yourself in the first place, not me or anyone else. So if you have any questions for me, it's probably really a question that you should ask yourself. But because procrastination and, you know, putting stuff to the side and just not stepping up to the plate is normal, we like to push it to the side. You rather, you know, maybe ask me the question. But if that's the case, that's fine. But really, at the end of the day, you probably should just ask yourself, whatever. All right, look, there's only one way I could drink this fucking coffee, and I'm trying to drink some coffee, so excuse me, and I'm sorry about that. But that's not much movie magic. That's the way it has to be for now. Or I'm taking the fucking mask off, one or the other. But it actually feels good right now, low key, because it's nice and warm. But let's see what Charleston White got to say, man. Because, like I say, this guy fucking never misses. National treasure, Charleston White and Anton Daniels. Let's check it out. Let's go ahead and like it. It's only 17 likes. We gotta get the likes up. It's only up 5 minutes ago. How the fuck did I have this video loaded up? And I've been streaming for 15 minutes, so maybe it was 20 minutes ago.
The
All right,
judge
let's get
decide what. The judge decide what business is open. The county judge. The county run the city. The city sits in the county. That's why when you get a ticket, you pay a ticket to the municipalities, which is the city. But the county run your water, your fire, the county.
Yeah, they do. You're absolutely right. Because when all of this fighting and bickering broke out, they had to negotiate with the Macomb County.
Come on now.
They had to negotiate with L. Brooks Patterson here in Michigan before he passed away, and then Detroit had, you know, whatever it is, say so that they had, which was one of the reasons why they had the Great Lakes Water Authority to determine whether or not things are happening. A lot of people not familiar with all of this, which brings me to another question, right? Why don't, let's just say black people specifically, why don't black people embrace the idea? Because politics is local.
Yeah.
Right? The thing that's going to happen to you in your city, in your town, the millages that's passed, whether or not your community colleges is funded, you know, who it is that's elected as a local judge and all that other type of stuff, all of that happens in
property taxes.
Yes, it happens in a local election.
School funding.
But we only show up half the time to national elections but we don't necessarily embrace local elections.
Let me just say this.
Why do you think that is?
Lack of education, a
Right.
lack of understanding. We don't believe it works because we didn't pay attention. We listening to all the before us who didn't know.
Yeah.
Say, homie, the most powerful person in the political field, in the political arena, is that motherfucker out on the front line registering people to vote. That's the baddest motherfucker it is.
That's what I gotta go do then.
Everybody from
All right.
up top looks down at the motherfucker who can register people to vote because that's a powerful individual.
Well, let's
The
get some people
motherfucker who can
voting.
figure out how to go down here to the county and become a voter registrar to be able to be ordained to register people to vote, that's the power. That's your power grid. They hurry up and snatch him off the streets. If you can get 100 people to register to vote, homie, they'll listen to you every time you go downtown. Say,
All
we
right,
need a
well, I
swimming
gotta do
pool
that.
over here. Hey, go, man. Say, hold on, Charles. Say, go. It's a process to voting, homie, that we don't understand. When the motherfucker who can register to vote. So that's why you always seeing people have, even the radio stations, going to go partner with whoever's doing. We're doing a voter registration over here, and they make it big. Cause they get some money for that eventually. They start paying the motherfucker who can register to vote. The politician that's saying, hey man, I need donation. He
Remember
starts
this
saying, hey,
video?
see how much
He
Charleston
re-edited it.
charged to be a political consultant to do voter registration to get, and let me come over there and talk.
Yeah.
So that's a bad motherfucker. The motherfucker that's donating the money is another bad motherfucker. He don't never got to be seen, go shake hands with nobody. They know, homie, I gave President Trump $200. I got real motherfucker cards, presidential advisory card. Nigga, I was getting some shit, man. They called him faithfully. They remember the name in the donation. So check game, right? So, and I hate to say his name publicly, but I done said it once, so I'm gonna say it again. Guy by the name of Julius Williams, Stop 6 Juju, drug kingpin, went to federal prison, come home from prison, somehow he get caught with an ounce of heroin. It's a state
Something
charge now. They hiding 25 to life.
Jesus.
25 to motherfucking life, state charge. His lawyer, Lisa Pamplin, know that I'm a Republican and I'm with these Republican judges and these Republican prosecutors. Remember what I said, Republican judges, these Republican prosecutors. Your Honor, my client works with Charleston White over in the Stop 6 community with Hyped About Hype Youth Outreach.
They let him out.
Can you show us some proof? She called my phone. I don't answer. I hit her back a few hours later. She said, man, I was in court. Man, I need you to such. I said, no, Lisa, I ain't gonna do that. She said, why? I said, man, cause that nigga really helped us. Man, that nigga last summer, that nigga came through, man, that nigga spent like such. She said, he said, you know, I said, man, that nigga really helped us with them kids. That nigga spent like $1,800 buying them kids shoes. She said, you got some pictures and stuff? I said, yeah, on my Facebook page. They took that 25 to life off the table.
Did they really?
Damn.
Man, we went and got them pictures where them kids bought shoes. The prosecutor wanted the parents to write letters if he really done it, and they had him. And this when I knew something was. This is what I knew the power of donation. They said we want him to come with 2 money orders, a cashier's check, and we want this amount going to this organization and this amount going to this organization. Y'all learned something then.
That's pretty powerful.
I submerged myself in local politics, homie. I submerged myself in it. So I didn't just do locally, so I went state to state legislation. So if you Google my name, homie, you'll see me on the witness list of many congressional hearings. The raise the age bill, when we tried to get the juvenile jurisdiction raised from 17 to 18. We did one where we was trying to get the ombudsmans to have more independent oversight over what went on in the Texas prison system as far as grievances.
Yeah.
So I submerged myself in politics, uh, because by habit, I'm really I would be a political science major in college. That's my hobby, politics, right?
You love politics,
Yeah,
bro.
I love politics. I mean, I submerge myself in it. I study it. I'm always watching it on the news.
Snap, my
I
computer
flip from
back
Fox to
there.
CNN, MSNBC.
Hold on.
I keep up with out-of-state politics. I keep up with world politics. That's a habit. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's like how I play pool and play football and play. Yeah, that's my. I like that for a hobby.
So,
My bad. Gotta switch this up.
a good buddy of mine, former Detroit
Right.
Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick.
Yeah,
We
that
was
nigga gangsta. I like that. Nigga.
Yeah, he
he
cool.
player. Yeah, he
And
real player.
we was having a conversation, and he said every other group plays both sides.
Yeah.
Right?
They play both sides as far as they donate to and have a personal relationship.
It's
with.
called quid quo pro, I think, or whatever
Quid
it's called.
pro quo.
You do something for me, y'all do something for me, you do something. They go to both sides. Hey,
Come over
what
to
can
You
y'all do
People
for
Live
us?
Yep,
too.
that's
Okay.
exactly what he said.
What can y'all do for
YouTube.
us?
You
Okay,
People
fuck
Live
you.
too on YouTube.
We go
watching
hold
Charleston
out.
White
Well,
live
no, we
stream,
don't
you know
want
what
y'all
I'm
to
saying?
hold out. So they been to these people.
chilling right
because
now,
they
though.
have a list of demands every political season.
Yeah.
Now y'all can't
and-
hear the Charleston
and
White, but come
they
over to
show
You
up with
People
their own
Live
people.
too on
Yep.
Hey, we want him to
YouTube.
run.
If y'all wanna
We
Yep.
want him
chat
to be
and
this
shit.
judge.
Yep.
TikTok been trying to ban me, so I ain't really been posting a lot on TikTok, you know, because they did ban me like a week or two ago, but I got them to
The judge decide what
take
bit.
it back because the ban was, you know, frivolous, just like all their other bullshit they always try to hit me with. Like they literally mute almost every video I post, and then after I appeal, the audio is, you know, valid to use, which is crazy because I see people twerking and cursing all the time. And on my videos, I try not to use a lot of cursing. I try to, you know, even edit it, and they'll still mute it and say blah, 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 integrity or something like that. So right now I'm on YouTube a lot more and on Instagram because TikTok literally, they put my account on account warning. And then they tell me if I do anything else, they're going to kick me off because, you know, and it sucks because I don't want to lose 7,000 people, you know, just because I'm trying to spread the word about, you know, whatever I feel is, you know, important. But, you know, like I said, again, TikTok is, you know, ran by people that don't want apparently what I have to show. Because anything else, like I said, twerking and cursing and making people look ignorant, that's cool. But if I try to, you know, shed a light on anything that's in the dark, they quickly try to shut me down. But yeah, like I said, if y'all want to come over and chat, ask me questions, whatever, kick it. I'll probably be on YouTube for maybe another hour or two. I'm just making videos and chilling and probably playing little video games. I mean, I really don't. I'm on it too, but it's just like I said, it's kind of a struggle to figure out how to use TikTok without getting kicked off. I would love to show a lot more stuff that I have, like videos and do stuff on TikTok, but it's very difficult. Like I said, they're on me like you wouldn't believe. Like I was gonna make a video about them banning me last month, but since I got unbanned and everything, I guess, is back to normal. Like just the other day, they stopped me from posting a video and tried to, you know, say it was messed up. And then I appealed it, and they took the video and they gave it back to me like normal. One time I won an appeal that they muted the video, and then they didn't even unmute it, even though I won the appeal. So like TikTok's consistency is very difficult to keep up with. Plus, they're trying to ban me. So if y'all want to check me out, come over to YouTube. I'm gonna be, you know, gaming and, you know, doing other stuff. You know, YouTube don't fuck with me as much as TikTok. So if y'all want to come over here and, you know, see what we got going on over here, come over to YouTube, You People Live too. All right. Fucking TikTok. Here we go. All right, what's this video? More Charleston White.
One of Gucci Mane artists, Big Scar, he supposedly passed.
He said
You know,
supposedly passed.
recently one of Gucci Mane artists, Big Scar, he supposedly passed, you know, from an overdose.
Yeah.
And it was followed by, like, you know, after the funeral and everything, it was his family members, don't know the relationship, but it was said that it was a brother or sister or whatever, came out speaking against Gucci Mane, saying, oh, he didn't pay for the funeral and things like that. And his wife ended up presenting receipts to verify that they, in fact, did pay some money for the funeral.
Why should they have to pay anything? I seen that on a video one time that had money stacked up and
Right.
bricks on it.
Exactly.
Why would Gucci have to pay for y'all brother's funeral? Y'all ain't smart enough to get insurance on it. Why would anybody have to pay for y'all family member funeral? Because he was signing y'all orders. This is a business deal. This ain't personal. I don't get no personal bill if he worked for me. He provide his own self with life insurance. The family should be shamed. To sad as sign made all this money in such a short time. Nobody have to bury me if I die. My mother makes sure she keep the insurance on me. If nothing else, mama gonna make sure the insurance paid. Because I'm her baby. And she know her baby out here. That boy in prison, she go keep the insurance paid on him because anything can happen in prison. Homie, that family looked shameful. And
It wasn't the whole family,
that
just
was
two.
the sister and the brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, listen, homie, this is what we don't realize. When one person in the family do something, it brings shame to the whole family.
Right.
If one white get arrested, it brings family to the whole shame to the whole white's name. That's why your granddaddy and your grandfathers and your fathers used to get mad about bringing shame to our name, boy. You out here doing what? You protect your family's name. That's why the Bushes and the Kennedys and the DuPonts and the Hineses and the Hiltons and the that's why they got to protect we don't protect our family name. Matter of fact, we call our name, we go get an OG name in the streets and take his name and shame our families. But we represent that hood good though.
Real shit.
So now, homie, they was wrong, man, and you know, kudos to the to Gucci and his wife, man, as well as the label who sent some money over there.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't had to though. Let's see. Is he going bad on Sharp on this one? Let's see. Yeah, he going bad. DJ Academic was clowning the fuck out of Sharp real quick. Hold on, let's see what he talking about. It's 20 minutes though. I don't know, cause DJ Academics be trying to goddamn copyright claim videos and shit. But big talk about money and all that all the time. Bro be talking about all the money he make, but then be wanting to copyright claim videos on creators that don't even make money on videos yet. But I mean, I feel you. I don't know if I'm gonna go that route. I think I'm gonna let people just make videos if they want to make videos. But go ahead though. It's
Meth and
easy
Adderall,
known.
same thing? Definitely not the same thing. You're tweaking.
Meth and Adderall.
All right. I see a couple people I mentioned. My child, Sharp. I told that boy to get back.
He called him his child. Hold on, let me get some coffee before this shit start. And like I said, excuse me, I don't mean to be drinking all in your motherfucking ear and shit. But you know what you want me to do? How else am I supposed to motherfucking drink some coffee? Alright, so let's get back to it. He called him his son.
To work, man. He's been obsessed with me. You know, Whack hit me at 5:30 a.m. It's like, yo, Sharp, he can't go to sleep. He's on Clubhouse talking about you.
Damn.
Yo, Sharpie, let me send a little message to your stupid ass, okay? This is why you shouldn't mention the big bad act, okay? Because after I addressed your stupid ass, you can't go to sleep. You talk about me nonstop. Me and you can't go back and forth. You're not in the caliber. You're not in the league that I'm in. I'm sorry to tell you, okay? I'll shit on you a little bit more. Little boy, you even being in the same byline as me is making your career.
Boy.
I seen the other shit. I finally did a little research about you. You ain't doing a motherfucking thing at No Jumper, other than if you don't go viral for shouting at some bitches. But you know, regular shit, I see you try to interview some pimps. That shit just not working, brother. Nobody gives a fuck about what you talking about. You a little nigga, a peon, as I just said. I see it bothers you though, but it's okay. You're my child.
Damn.
Embrace me. Because I'm here to teach you. I took you to church and I baptized your stupid ass.
You going bad
So
on
as
Sharp.
you sit here and you can't go to sleep and you're going through all these withdrawals, I don't know what you on. I'm not gonna get mad at you constantly talking about me, but I know you probably thinking this is the back and forth. You a little nigga, bro. Just let me reframe the argument again. You try to have a conversation with me, but you try to make it one that was trying to be the street nigga, check in the nerd nigga. And I shitted on you. Without this internet shit, you're a fucking habitual jail visitor for pimping and pandering. Without this internet shit for me, you're going to catch me in a clinic, a lab, being a scientist, or being a doctor. You can't handle that. And I see you can't handle that. But you wanted to, you see, I only got a nigga like you just to show you, nigga, I do this. And even if I like you, I could give you some bars to make sure that you can't sleep right. So I'm going to give you some more bars that you could keep ranting. The point I was trying to make with your stupid ass dummy is that we're not the same. Don't compare yourself to me. It takes years to get to where I'm at because your boss ain't even there yet. And you're a good employee, but you're not even, I don't even know what you get paid. I got a proposition for you though. Because we need a one-trick pony over here, and I'm about to start hiring people. Whatever.
Yeah, he said he's gonna pay him double and shit.
This is binding.
I seen some of this shit last night. Like I said, Act be talking crazy from that house. And I ain't saying that he won't talk crazy in front of Sharp Face, because niggas be saying crazy shit. Motherfuckers, some people just they ain't scared to get beat up. And like Sharp, like he said, he been to jail a lot. Sharp ain't scared to go to jail, so I mean, he might crash out.
Whatever Adam's paying you, I'll pay you double, nigga. But you're gonna be a good little work over here and shut the fuck up and do your little pimp skit. But we don't give a fuck about you otherwise. Me and you, we not the same level. Okay, I'm gonna keep shitting on you, and this is just to teach a nigga like you. When it come to Big Act, keep my name out your fucking mouth. And if you can't, now you can't sleep, my nigga. Okay, so I anticipate you.
Is it? Oh, hold on. Let me fix this real quick. I hate when this shit happens. Hold on. Let me check over here. It's a fucking. Yeah, I hear it. You guys probably can't hear it, but let me make a quick Bluetooth adjustment. Sometimes not popping, but it kind of. And I think that fixed it. For me, at least. I don't know how it is for you guys, but I hope everything is good on y'all end. All right, but here we go.
Getting back on Clubhouse, I don't care. Okay? I already hit up Adam. Your lunch break might be cut. Your pay might be docked. Josh, I might have to talk to you about this little bum. Stop playing. Okay? But other than that, there's no me and you. Nigga, you're not in my caliber, my nigga. It's like you're not in my caliber. Like you're literally like a bum ass nigga. You feel me? In any type of way, shape, or form. I created the realm that you're in now.
You say you're a bum ass nigga, Sharp.
I literally created you, fool. You can't talk to me. I shit on niggas like you. And you know why nobody else say nothing? Cause they know it's facts. So I shit on you, nigga. All that street shit you talked about. Whole nigga, you over here trying to do what I'm doing, nigga. Cause you ain't doing nothing in the streets, you dumbass nigga. Oh, the streets.
Fuck him up, boy.
Church. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Oh shit.
Took a nigga named Big Act to create what the fuck you're getting a living from, man.
took
You're a
a nigga
fucking
named
baby,
Big
nigga.
Act.
Just open your mouth and be like,
Create what you living off of.
oh, shut the fuck up and enjoy the benefits what I done created, okay? Go
Act
rant all
told your ass
you
to
want.
shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna
That's
keep
crazy.
shitting on you because you one of them niggas that without me, you gonna be in the fucking street getting locked up. And don't ever talk. You see, you know, somebody was like, oh, he said you talk about money. You know I had to talk about money? Because you kept talking about the streets. He said, what you can't talk nothing with me. I'm one of them niggas. Don't make it like, you know, I'm gonna make it cool
crazy
for
right now.
I shit on any street nigga with this too.
Holy shit.
None of y'all street niggas made more legit money than I make. Tell me.
Act be
Who?
going crazy, boy.
Stop talking about the street shit because y'all encourage actual hardworking people to think the streets make money. Y'all don't. It's the reason
Holy
why
shit,
you're
I
online,
gotta
brother.
get out.
It's the
Oh, why
reason
the
why
fuck
you're
am I
up
looking
at
up?
6 a.m. discombobulated. Your
Oh, I
fucking
don't have no more.
perm is like in a mess. Yo, Act said this. Yo, act. Shut up. Get to work, nigga.
Got his ass though, you know what I'm
I
saying?
double your pay over it and no jumper, but I ain't gonna lie.
Act be talking
I got some
big
demeanor shit.
boy.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I got a pay raise for any nigga who talk shit about me, but I'm gonna give y'all some demeanor shit to do. Y'all can't talk money with me. Just shut up, man. Sharp, you're a fucking loser, brother. And
He
to
said,
keep real,
"Just
I was
shut up."
supporting you at first, but like you dick grind now. I see like you can't get over it. I shit on niggas. I shit on everybody, including you. Like you just another one of the niggas I shit on.
Yeah, Sharp.
I just shit on niggas like you for fun.
Sharp, how you gonna come back? How you bumming? Sharp, you gonna let him talk to you like that? Oh, come on, Sharp. You can't let him talk to you like that, Sharp. Sharp, we supposed to be, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Holy shit, this, oh, I forgot I can't go up and down. Cool. Yeah, Sharp, man, come on, Sharp. We can't let him, you just can't let him talk to you any kind of way, Sharp. Fuck, man. All right, anyway, let's get back to the thing. Yeah, Sharp. He on your head, though.
Sorry, you gotta deal with it. You know why you gotta deal with it, nigga? Because without me, there is no you. I'm sorry to tell you. Oh, I'm in the streets. Go back to the streets, nigga. What streets are you talking about? You're a fucking loser. Okay? You know what I realized? You've been talking about me like so incessantly because you want this back and forth. Nigga, I'm making your career, nigga.
Damn.
Don't let them little views that no jumper gas you up. My profile and your profile ain't comparable. We're not in the same book.
Oh, got his ass. Too easy.
I'm LeBron James breaking the scoring record. You're the bum ass nigga in middle school looking up like 3, 2, 1,
Holy
act.
shit.
No,
Too easy.
it's not the same thing, my nigga. So I'm gonna keep shitting on you, but
shit.
I only did this just to kind of like, you know what I mean, make sure,
Man, my bad. Y'all should have saw that in full screen, but
you know, I'm still competitive because a bum ass nigga like you should never ever be talking about me. And I only shitted on you just that the next time you do one of your lame ass podcasts, keep my fucking name out your mouth. It don't matter if it's you,
Damn.
nigga. I don't only pick on them other niggas. I fucked with you, but I
Act
give you the
going
same
crazy,
treatment.
boy.
I treat you just like Adam. It don't even matter. Okay? And Adam fucks with me, so. Listen, man, I'm down to violate all of y'all niggas, man. It's all good. Other than that, oh, by the way, no, he mentioned something about like some live debate. I'll fly your ass out here and I'll debate you too. You think you sound stupid. Like, you think you're a stupid ass. I'll do it for my content. I'm not coming on your fucking platform, nigga. First of all, you don't even own your shit, nigga. Your shit's owned by No Jumper, nigga. If you want to come on my shit, right, and you want me to fly you out, nigga, you can't do what you did to Fresh and Fit. I don't know what you were telling them. Apparently you told them 30,000 or whatever they had to pay you. Nigga, I'll pay you in dust. Nigga, you'll be honored to be my fucking
Damn,
presence, nigga.
what the
'Cause you're
fuck?
not
No
pimping
shoot.
bitches no more, nigga. You in my realm. You a little nigga too.
Going crazy
Little
on you,
nigga.
Sharp.
I'm gonna keep shitting on you till you accomplish something. You can't talk to me.
He said,
But I'll
you
fly your
accomplished
stupid ass
something.
out here
You can't
to
talk
make
to
me
me.
some content, and I'll debate with you, and I'll wash you up easy 5-0. Give me the date. Give me some times. Also, tell Flacco to throw his flight information in there too.
Damn.
Kyrie want to catch the fade with him.
Oh,
We'll bring out
crazy
the.
right now.
Just make sure I request some paid time off from No Jumper, and I bring y'all ass out here and we could do some stuff. Okay. Now, if Adam don't approve the paid time off, actually hit me up. I'll talk to
Oh,
Adam.
come on,
He
man.
probably will let y'all go.
How the
Okay.
fuck did I get killed?
Other than that, Sharp, shut the fuck up and clock the fuck in, nigga. I'm gonna keep
Damn.
laughing at your stupid
Said,
ass
Sharp,
while you're like,
shut
"No,
the
no, no,
fuck
no,
up.
We're not the same level, nigga. Peon. Keep the shit moving.
Damn.
Fucking bum ass nigga, man.
Academics is going crazy on Sharp.
Nigga, you should have known. As soon as Big Eye came in, you should have ducked out of there. Let's keep it moving, nigga. You like a whole bum, nigga. You a whole bum. We can't talk nothing that's comparable with me. What you talking about?
Said the man is a whole bum.
Boy, you can't talk about content with me. Nigga, I done sold shows for multi-million dollars. What have you done? You a pimp nigga who's selling bitches, fucking niggas for $30, $40.
Damn.
You a whole fucking sucker. You
You
haven't
called
done
you a
nothing.
sucker,
You're
Sharp.
trying to do something in the content game. But the whole content game for these new niggas is based off, if it's not your boss, based off trying to do what I did, nigga, in my past. Which one of y'all niggas done sold shit to Microsoft, $2 million? Which one of y'all niggas done sold shit to Snapchat, 800,000? None of y'all niggas did that. This is why when I'm shitting on y'all, I'm like, oh, we don't want to talk about that. We just want to talk about, oh, no, you're just on. Shut up. You're a fucking pimp with a fucking, like, you know what I mean? What's that shit called? A perm, nigga. I don't give a
Pimp
fuck
with a
about what you're
perm,
doing, nigga. I'm just shitting on you because it's easy. I'm sorry. Go do something. Go make something of yourself. I had to create my fucking future. No Jumper seen what I did and said, okay, we could create a version of what we want to do
that,
based on
right?
what he did. You nigga was in the pimp game, nigga, and you ran your bitch ass
You
all the
nigga
way
was in the
to
pimp
doing
game.
content. Get back on
crazy.
Clubhouse and keep complaining about me. Because a nigga like you is just lame and fucking pathetic.
Damn.
Okay.
Sharp,
right.
he going bad on you.
Just had to give him a couple bars, you know what I mean? I realized he was talking about me for the last 2 weeks. Got to make sure the next 3 weeks he keeps talking. All right. Who else? I might have to give Blueface some bars too. Blueface hasn't been tweeting about me like that no more. Should I get a Blueface a little bit? Yo, chat, I ain't gonna lie. I love when these little loser ass niggas be tweeting. They be mad. Shut up, man. Okay?
Fucking
You want
these
some
people
free
up right
content?
now.
Adam, we'll give you 300,000 views for this. Sit down with your employee, Sharp, and explain the difference between me and him. Okay? Sharp, no. It's the reason why we're paying you. It's the reason why we're paying you $3,200 an episode. You're not academics. You're not academics, brother. We're paying you $3,300 an episode just because you're a one-trick pony. No. You can't get in these other realms. It's not you, brother. Fucking idiot, man. I just shit on that dumbass nigga, man.
No. He got my jewelry. Motherfucker.
Sharp, you're an idiot, nigga.
Sharp, you gonna let him go bad on you like that?
I pay you twice what No Jumper did. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have you actually pimping hoes. Well, actually, no, I can't say that because that's a crime. Never mind. Jokey joke. Future new album? Big Fuge! Let's get into it. Remember I told you about this whole thing with Future, right?
Damn, I
obviously
fucking switched to the other thing instead of just keeping my gun out. Motherfucker. Oh well. Let's see what Anton
I
Daniels
appreciate
got to
you guys
say
for
real
continuing
quick.
to rock with me. Right after LeBron James broke the record, we got Kyrie Irving. He went nuts in Dallas. And Kevin Durant got traded to the Suns. It's an exciting time to be an NBA fan. But that's not what I'm on right now. What I'm on right now is something completely different. And I've pretty much gone dark. I've left all of the luxury. I've left all of the Rolexes, boxed them up, put them in storage. Right now, I'm driving my Hyundai because
Why not?
I'm
Fuck
in a
it.
space right now, and it seems like it gets like this periodically where I almost have to do a reset and I have to level set with myself as to what it is that my life is and am I getting too comfortable? And I don't ever want to get too comfortable because things as meaningful and why it is that I do what I do is beyond the stuff. The stuff is for everybody else. The plaques, that's for everybody else. All of the awards, all of the accolades, the cars and all of that stuff, like that's cute. That's awesome. But that's not really why I'm here. And so at this point, I'm in a space in my life where I believe that the most necessary thing for me to do is to divest myself against all of the stuff and get back to what it is that I need to do in the first place. Let's talk about it. I'm just kind of off of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really on all of the big names, the clothes, the trips, the cars. Even on business trips, in most instances, I'm in and out. I'm not sitting there having conversations and going sightseeing and anything like that. I go in, I take care of business, I fly back to the crib. Spend the overwhelming majority of my time in the studio,
Come on,
cooking
man.
up, working, content. Other aspect of my time, or the other portion of my time, is here. It's in the gym.
Working.
I'm just plotting, man. Plotting and planning and executing. And that's the thing about me, like, I think that there's times for everything. There's times to ball and go out and party and spend a lot of money. That's usually like summer, fall, when everybody and their tax returns run out. It's times to buckle down, hustle and grind, have no money, or at least act like you broke. And I get rid of every dime that I possibly can. And I got some
Holy
big
shit,
plans.
it's 6 of them here.
I'm looking to build out my first property, trying to figure out if I can zone it out to where I can do a multi-unit. I just got a little bug in my ear from some realtors and investors that an apartment building may be coming up for sale. I got something over here. Oh, that's just sweat. An apartment building may be coming up for sale. I was the
Damn.
first person to
Fucking
take
3 of
contract.
them.
So lining up some resources and some money.
Get you an apartment building,
Which is
man.
one of the reasons
Hell yeah.
why I don't carry debt. And it worked out just in time.
Just in case an
because I had the
opportunity pops up.
opportunity
Yeah.
to put together some cash, pay off the last mortgage on my one of my investment properties, to where I'm literally carrying no debt from a business perspective or from a personal perspective. And so I see this guy out the window trying to park in front of my car. I sincerely hope you know how to park effectively. But so now more business opportunities open up,
God
which obviously
damn.
increase my net worth.
A lot of them here.
And so because I generate so much revenue now, and
Man, that's a good thing.
it's severely disproportionate to the amount of money that I gotta spend in order to maintain my businesses because I'm so lean, my biggest priorities have changed. Is to get rid of the money
Damn.
so that we can A, increase our net worth, buy more assets, income generating assets, and then just close the exercise ring. And then the other way, or the other thing, is health and dedication and re-engineering my mind
All right.
to make sure that I'm programmed to understand that you don't get too far away from the thing that got you successful in the first place. And you always want to be a better
God
version
damn, I
of
couldn't
yourself
shoot my gun.
the next year
Reloading.
than you were the year before. So I'm just off it. I'm off everything.
off the cars, off the lifestyle, off the clothes. And I think that
That's good.
the people that continue to grow
Damn, I seen him too
are the
late.
ones that are able to divest themselves
Motherfucker ran me over.
from getting too comfortable and becoming even more of a monster than they were. Now, at some point in my life, I also realized that I'm going to have to slow down, but not right now, right? Not while I have breath in my body, all of my limbs is working, and I have an opportunity to continue to make some headway and do some phenomenal things in my life. So I'm never going to slow down just based off of the idea that I hit a certain number, right? The value that I add in this lifetime is based off of my capacity and my talents. And as I continue to mine out exactly what it is that's great about me, I'll continue to move the goalposts as far as what my purpose is and what it should be. So that's my goal. My goal is just to continue to work. I don't know what I'm capable of until I achieve it. I don't know how far I can go until I push myself. And I never want to just rely on the idea that I've achieved enough to be able to be comfortable. I think that there's always somebody that's coming behind you, and they can have a spot if they can take it from you, but you got to take it from me. I'm not just going to give nothing to nobody, because nobody gave anything to me. And everything that I've been able to accomplish in this lifetime has come as a result of what it is that I've done and the hard work that I put into it. All right. So I just wanted to kind of give y'all an update of what's going on.
Anton Daniels with some messages of the day.
I do a lot of live streams, a lot of shows. I have a lot of conversations, a lot of interviews and things like that. And I don't always get to interview, or I'm sorry, I don't always get to vlog and then break down and give you all the life journey, because sometimes I'm really, really busy with other things that's going on that I think that I got to get out to you guys. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I'm releasing a Patreon exclusive video today. I just released a Patreon exclusive interview 2 days ago, but I'm releasing a Patreon exclusive video today. It is absolutely uploading right now, so that should be awesome. Still getting
the fuck is my tank already getting messed up?
Some deliveries in recently, so that should be awesome. And then I got Crimson Cure coming on this weekend, so we're gonna record a lot of content and see how that plays out. And I'm looking forward to it. I think that it's gonna be awesome. I think that it'll be a great opportunity for me to be able to pick her brain, because I think she's one of the best content creators, especially from a woman's perspective, on how it is that we need to operate within our community. And I'm looking forward to it. Make sure y'all also tap into the Alpha Juice Company. It's the only thing I'm on. Alpha Juice and water. Obviously, you eat food, but from a drinking perspective, Alpha Juice and water is the only thing I'm on. I'm having it for breakfast. The discount.
All right, sounds good, Anton. Appreciate the help.
Like, me and Kai both agreed that, like,
No.
East, West, the deal with Milk.
Let's see what Milk got to talk about real quick.
Take them 7.4 seconds and get our minds right before we get into this. Come on. Now, first thing first, I know y'all probably like, where you been at, bro? Why you ain't uploaded no videos, low? Well, look, I've been under the weather. I have not been feeling groovy. But I do apologize for, not even writing a post or even going live or something or doing a little video to let y'all know. I will do that in the future if this situation happen again, Lo. But let's get into this reaction video. SPM, South Park Mexican. He speaks on why he feel Mr. Capone is like one of his biggest haters. He's saying Mr. Capone is hating on him, Lo. So let's log in and see what's the script. Come on.
With us, man, you've always had the LA, the California cats always came to H-Town. We've always got along with all of them, from the north to the south. You know, we've always been hospitable to out-of-town people, wherever they come from.
Oh, definitely.
We've always had.
Well, Houston is the city of love. There's just no doubt. That's never going to change. And like I say, I got love for this dude that was running his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because if the tables were turned, I might be yelling at him like that. You know, a lot of times we just think our justice system gets it right every time. And if anybody has any questions about anything that has to do with anything in my case, man, I'm right here ready to talk about that stuff so people can understand. Because
Now I got a lot of questions, and I got a question for y'all as well.
He said, I got a lot of
Why
questions.
everybody keep just saying like, oh, he went to jail for getting a 13-year-old pregnant, bro? No, he got sentenced to all that time for touching on a 9-year-old girl that
What
spent
the
the night
fuck?
over his crib, Labor Day weekend, chilling with
That's
his
crazy,
own
bro.
kid. Like,
What
could
the
you
fuck?
imagine that? Man, that's sick, Lo. Why nobody say that, bro?
Rita Texas wants the world to believe that SPM is this person that nobody should like. But they try to take me out. They try to take my career out. You know, I was at war with the justice system. I'd had 2 major standoffs with the police in the free world. And on
Take a
the
break.
second standoff, the
I'm gonna
SWAT
take a
team,
break from Battlefield for a second. I gotta make another video, but actually, let me make sure I posted the video. But let's get back to this video.
was all on our roof and shit. We had every news channel. Like, I was going hard with the laws, and I was blowing the fuck up at the same time. So really, I didn't realize by hollering fuck the police at all my concerts and doing all this stupid shit, I didn't realize how vulnerable I was making myself. That anybody could walk into a police station and say anything about me, and the police were going to jump on it like white on rice. And the truth is on my side. God is on my side. That's why our fan
But you are a pedophile, so that makes it worse too.
base has done nothing but double over 10 times. And that's why I'm still the #1 selling Mexican American in the world. Been in prison 21 motherfucking years.
Damn.
And can't nobody take my throne.
Who the fuck is that?
It's a lot of sick ass people in this world.
I don't know who the dude
We
is.
can all agree. But I think a lot of people really don't know the script on him, Lo. A lot of the people that really are his fans right now they probably wasn't even born when he went down for that shit, Lo. They probably don't know the real script. The people that's around him probably ain't telling them the truth and shit. And people don't do their own homework. They ain't gonna really go put the work in and go figure it out. Like, oh, what did he really go to jail for? Like, what? You feel me, Lo?
Hell no.
Are he out of bounds?
Ain't nobody finna do no
What
research.
I don't understand, how is he even walking the main line in Texas? Been in jail since 2003, like a long time, Lo. And he probably been on a main line that whole time, bro.
Right? What's going on with that?
People, like, how could they
What's
get
the
around
politics
the
with
fact
that?
that all that strange shit he did was a fact?
That ain't God, brother. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing you know, I got this rapping dude, and God bless this man. Know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hate. I
This
love
rapping dude.
Pakistan people. I had a girl that was Pakistani. They're very
He
honorable
said he
people.
ain't a
They're
real
very
Mexican.
lovely, beautiful people. At the end of the day, we're all God's children. You know what I'm saying? We're all brothers and sisters. And these cats can say whatever they want. If they want to, call me these names and believe that I'm this person. But if they ever want to sit down and just ask me what the fuck's going on, ask me any question they want, I'm here. The thing is, we can't let this Pakistani brother, we can't let him cause a war between
We
Mexicans.
can't let the Pakistani
You know,
brother cause
we
a
have
war.
to unify. We have to come together. We are the new race that's getting hated on. Know what I'm saying? And the hating is only going to make us stronger. But we have to stick together because us against us equals 0. And so I just want to let people know, and I'm going to clown this nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to, do a little freestyle.
He said nigga too.
I'm just going to wreck his ass.
That's
When
crazy.
I get home, if the man wants problems, it's no problem. We can knuckle up. I don't like taking people's lives, but I'll slap the dog shit out of somebody. It's no problem. Or I might lose.
And see, and his statements,
I doubt it.
his statements are causing friction between people who don't even know him and don't even know you. That's who's going to get in trouble, is people who are just straight innocent from this man's dumb words. You know what I'm saying?
Innocent bystanders? Ain't nobody innocent.
And that's what I want to tell the world. I want to let them know, don't let this man cause division. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
Motherfuckers want to be peacemakers.
there's
and
two
shit
things
now,
that you
though.
can be in this world.
Crazy.
a hater or a helper. And that's all there is to it.
Nah, he just letting everybody
We were
know your
made
truth,
to help
bro.
people, not made to hate on people. And trust me, if I were guilty of this shit, I would have took the 5 years. I'd have done 2.5 years and gone home. But
What?
they were trying to tell me that I had to say I was guilty for something I didn't do. Now, I did have a kid with an underage girl. She lied about her age. I never dropped her off at no damn middle school or all this bullshit that they're talking
You
about.
can't tell a
That's
girl
all
look
bullshit.
underage?
You would have to be
Right.
fucking crazy to be sitting there not giving a fuck about getting an underage girl pregnant. That's suicide.
Obviously,
Of
you
course I
loco.
thought she was of age.
Were you rapping at that time?
I was with a dude named Freak.
You started rapping at that time, or how?
Come again, Philetto?
Were you rapping at that time, or that was before you started rapping?
Hell no, my nigga. I never knew I was going to be no rapper.
He saying my
I
nigga
was
and
22
shit.
years
What
old
the
smoking
fuck?
fry, my nigga. I was out of my mind. I was smoking fry, selling dope, just... And those who don't know
That's
what fry is,
crazy.
it's formaldehyde. But
And
I will
was not
never,
You smoke a
ever
sherm.
regret my beautiful baby boy. Anyway,
What?
I want to let the world know you can love me. I'm a motherfucking dog, you know what I'm saying?
What the
But
fuck
I'm
is he
not the
talking
kind of
about?
dog that the state of Texas wants you to believe I am. If you love my music, you can love me. I'm
I
telling
don't
you.
know none of his music.
Because I'm a real motherfucker. And these cats,
Real chobo.
they're talking, but they don't know nothing about me. And really, anybody who goes against Carlos Coy loses. They just lose. All I
fuck is
can
he
say is
talking
I
about?
got the favor of God. You know, you don't win that battle when you step to Carlos Coy. It's just, it's happened over and over and over. Motherfuckers have been hating me since elementary. I've always been the deer with the biggest
They knew
antlers.
you was a weirdo. This dude was sentenced to 45 years in Texas, low. But everybody keep trying to say, oh, he just went to jail for having a baby with a 13-year-old that was a stripper, low. So you telling me you was a grown-ass man, 22, 23 years old. You couldn't look
Couldn't
at
tell.
her face and say, oh, she looked like a child, bro. If I see a 13-year-old anywhere, low, you gonna be able to tell that's a 13-year-old, bro. So you was already out of line, not out of bounds, bro. Like, oh, I was drunk. Oh, she should have had an ID. You know, she should have been grown because she
All
was
that
working there
bullshit.
low. But you couldn't look in her face and she saw she was a child, bro. It ain't like this was a 17-year-old, or if this was an 18-year-old and they had to be like 21 low, where it could have been like, oh, you know, I didn't know that was a 13-year-old, bro. Why is they not saying that he touched the girl, one of his daughter's friends that spent the night over their house Labor Day weekend? 45 years, that's what he got sentenced to, really, for that?
Damn.
And that's a fact. How could you even sit here and still listen to his music? How could you even sit here and support him, low? If you supporting him, bro, you really don't care about what he did. And that's sending signals off right around me that let me know, low, that you will participate in activities like that, or you have already executed
Crazy.
situations like that, low. Like, you gotta be a weirdo, bro, to think that shit groovy. Think that shit okay.
Milk on his head though. I agree with Milk though. That's some chomo shit. But we're gonna move on. Cause I don't even know who they was talking about. I don't really even know who they talking about on this one either, but I mean I heard some of the names before, like SETI and shit like that. And I know Young Pharaoh, so that's good enough. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I know of him because of Bro Sanchez. He done did a debate with him about flat earth and shit a long time ago. So let's go ahead and check this out.
They try to, you know, I'm not black enough, I'm a white boy, wah.
That's the shit we seen yesterday. Yeah, I felt like
UFO?
that too. When the homie tried to get me in the conscious community, they said I wasn't black enough. They wouldn't let me in. So
A flying object on an ancient coin. It's written in Latin. Well, you can make of it whatever you want. I don't know. We don't know the history of humanity. And there's like stuff like arrows falling from the sky. Of course, a primitive human, if they see some kind of technology or whatever, they put it as arrows, right? Because if they fall from the sky like an arrow, then that's their vocabulary. And then the other one is this one. Again, I don't know if this is edited or not, but it looks like a humanoid but alien.
Check him out on YouTube if you like weird stuff.
Type being, and also some kind of flying whatever. So again, a coin. Is this fake, or is this something they found because the previous humanities, who were also primitive in some ways, because there was like probably parallel humanities with technology, and humanities were more primitive. They saw it in the skies, and they just represented it in coins, because a coin lasts forever, right? So just for your information, if it's fake, well, at least we try to get information. See you in the next video.
Right. I can dig it. Not all of it can be real. Let me look at this short real quick. I just want to hear what he's saying.
Busyworksbeats.com/narcos.
Busyworkbeats.com/narcos.
What should I ask ChatGPT next? Leave it in the comments. Alright guys, today I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write me a hit R&B song. ChatGPT responded, one popular R&B hit song with chords is Girls Need Love by Summer Walker, and it gave me the chords E minor, D major, C major, G major. Let's flip this into the DAW. Here are the chords E minor, D major, C major, and then G major, but I did a first inversion on the last chord so that these last two chords have one note in common. We're going to run this chord progression through Narcos, my new plugin at Busyworksbeats.com/narcos.
Alright, that's all I wanted to hear. I just wanted to hear what the chords sound like. Let's go ahead and watch this video real quick. The truth is, they be talking about conspiracies and shit like that. So,
guys, I hope all is
same
well.
old shit.
Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, I wanted to go over a few things I missed on my last video on the Grammys performances. But before we begin, I just wanted to let you guys know that on Saturday, February 11th at 3 p.m. Eastern, I will be hosting a special live event.
Yeah.
After rewatching the performances, I felt like I missed a few details regarding the award show and some of the performances. In my last video, we spoke about Sam Smith's open satanic ritual, how Sam Smith literally started his performance with his dancers forming a ritual circle around him while they ritually danced. Something I forgot to mention in the Sam Smith performance was when Sam Smith literally does the 666 hand gesture out of nowhere during his performance.
How could you forget
the
that
featured
part?
artist in the song was seen dancing in a cage with dancers dressed as demons in front of her. And then Sam
Holy
Smith
shit.
ends his fiery performance by throwing on his horned devil hat. Like I said in my last video, they clearly wanted the stage to appear like a burning end. They had flames everywhere and people dressed as demons, a literal ritual circle where all the dancers were dancing in. What's crazy to me is that just a few days back, I dropped a video on how celebrities did a skit admitting they sold their souls and were going to meet a burning end during a Jimmy Kimmel show. The celebrities were up on stage singing about all the great things they sold their soul for and stating how they know that they were going to meet that burning end. Sam Smith's performance is that exact thing, but taken to a whole new level. These celebrities are telling on themselves, telling us exactly what they're up to. Since the moment Sam Smith showed up, you knew exactly what he was up to. Dressed in all red, surrounded by his people, also dressed in all red, looking demonic. All of this imagery coming from the event screams demonic, and there's no denying this. The reason I wanted to make a second part to this video to begin with was because I saw Madonna's speech during the Grammys performance, and it's indeed very revealing, especially when you consider she gave this speech right before Sam Smith performed. Madonna actually brought in Sam Smith's performance and gave a very interesting speech about how she is praising the new rebels of today's world. I have spoken about Madonna in the past, and I recently did a video about her on my Patreon. In my Patreon video about Madonna, I spoke about how she's being accused of doing something similar to what Mr. Jeffrey was accused of. Madonna has also been very supportive to Balenciaga, even after the whole ad incident happened. She supported Balenciaga after knowing exactly what they represented. Somehow, the Grammys had no issue with having Madonna give a speech knowing what she's being accused of overseas.
That's
but
crazy.
we know those that run the Grammys are in full support of Madonna because they also participate in the same things she participates in. I previously made a full video on the dark truth about Madonna where I showed plenty of evidence proving Madonna is an occultist who practices ritual magic. During her Grammy speech, Madonna prepares the crowd by telling them to cheer for the new rebels who are pushing boundaries, pushing the same boundaries she pushed 40 years ago when she came onto the scene. Madonna has been pushing the Masonic agenda for over 40 years, being used as a puppet to manipulate the masses.
They on lifetime contracts. Even when they get old, they still got to do
all
it.
the rebels out there, forging a new path and taking the heat for all of it. You guys need to know All you troublemakers out there, you need to know that your fearlessness does not go
His
unnoticed.
jump cut style.
You are seen, you are heard, and most of all, you are appreciated.
As you heard for yourself, Madonna states that she's thankful for all the rebels out there who are forging a new path. Most people might not get what she means by this,
Not
so
the
let me break
Patriots,
it
but the
down.
rebels.
Most of these celebrities follow Aleister Crowley, and Crowley said he would
Do
bring
what
in the
thou
new
wilt.
order of the Aeon. This is what these artists are used for, to bring in the new era, the era Crowley promised. An era where people would knowingly follow Lucifer because he offers freedom from morals and allows you to do what thou wilt, be your own God, and have everything you want. Madonna's thanking the new artist, essentially passing the torch to the new generation of puppets who have been chosen to deceive the world. I'm pretty sure Madonna is a follower of Crowley, but who I am 100% sure is a follower of Crowley
We
is
are,
Ab-Soul. Ab-Soul has openly showed he's an occultist and a follower of Crowley, and we can see proof of this when he dropped his album Do What Thou Wilt in honor of Crowley himself. Ab-Soul's entire album was about Crowley's satanic ritual teachings, and he even addressed this during an interview, trying to make Crowley look like a good guy.
When I discovered the name of the album was the saying "Do What Thou Wilt," which to me brought me to Aleister Crowley.
Aleister Crowley, yeah.
And you know what you know who Aleister Crowley is, right? And he was a magician, a poet, and he was also linked to Satanism.
Yeah.
In ways. And so what made you decide, what does that mean to you? What made you decide to name your project that?
Well, you know what? You're the first one to bring up the Satanism, and I'm so glad that you did, because you know it's all church with me.
Yeah.
Know that. So, Do What Thou Wilt immediately sounds like free will. Aleister Crowley has been influential throughout music and entertainment and ideology and philosophy. The album is based on that quote, "Do What Thou Wilt," which is in the book, one of his books, the Book of the Law. And love is the law. Love is the only law. I respect that because, my main thing is ain't nothing wrong with a righteous man, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I really admire this guy.
This motherfucker started stuttering a little bit.
Well, I mean, but
Well, see, what he's saying is, are you signing your name on the dotted line? Are you signing your soul away? No, yeah, that's what he's saying.
Are you in the Illuminati?
I mean, what you think?
I know, but these are questions.
As you heard for yourself, Ab-Soul is in full support of Crowley's teaching, showing what side he is truly on. So it's not at all surprising that he could be seen hanging out at the Grammys with no other than Madonna, hugging up on her. We know what connection they both had. They're both followers of Crowley's teachings. It's obvious the Grammy event was a special one for them, and we can see exactly why. After Madonna gave her speech about thanking the rebels who are forging a new path, Sam Smith gets on stage and sets it ablaze while he literally transports his audience to a burning end. Madonna knew Sam Smith's performance was going to cause controversy. That also means that everyone there knew as well. They
That's
knew
crazy.
the truth seekers were going to be upset about this open satanic
truth
ritual.
seekers.
In my last video, I expressed just how upset this performance made me. I couldn't believe how much people were deceived and how they were being guided away from walking the path of Christ. They are being tricked into following Lucifer's teachings of self-worship. I have
Tricked.
taken the
At this point, it's
responsibility
not
of
even
exposing
tricked.
this evil and helping people see the manipulation so they can break the spell on their own and make their ways back to the path. This is what this channel was created for, to bring truth and spark change. The puppets were showing us with this Grammy event that we are in the new world, the age of the Antichrist. Lucifer no longer needs to hide. The masses are accepting his arrival. The Grammy proves all of this. They invited Madonna knowing what Madonna is being accused of overseas. They invited Sam Smith to perform this unholy song, knowing what message it would spread to the masses. They invited Jay-Z to perform his God Did song while mocking the Last Supper, comparing himself to God. This is what the Grammy represents, pushing self-worship to the masses. They gave the Grammy Award to Sam Smith for his satanic performance because he's been a good little puppet. He's been pushing their agenda and doing exactly as he's told. Something else I found very interesting is that I noticed that Glorilla was invited to perform at this year's Grammys. Glorilla is the hot new female artist that has been on the rise this past year with her F&F song. she signed to Yo Gotti and quickly started getting industry features with the likes of Cardi B. It clearly appears the industry is fully backing Glorilla, as she was even nominated for the Best Rap Performance. It's not that often a new upcoming artist during their first year in the game gets this kind of recognition so quickly. Here on this channel, we know exactly what that kind of recognition cost. It is not at all free, nor does it matter if you're talented. In my opinion, Glorilla wouldn't have been invited to perform or been nominated for a Grammy Award if she hadn't taken the Masonic Oath. Well, it seems like this is exactly what she has done. See, recently, she posted these photos to her Instagram account, where we can see her doing the one-eye symbolism, covering one of her eyes, and also covering her mouth, proving that she has taken the oath of silence. She would even change her Instagram profile photo to this image, where she's doing the one-eye symbolism. She did this shortly before she was invited to perform at the Grammys. This is not a coincidence, people. She took the oath and is now being turned into a superstar. This is how Glorilla got features with big artists like Cardi B, who's just another puppet. This is how she was able to rise so quickly and get accepted in the industry. She paid that price, and I will be keeping my eyes on Glorilla, as I'm expecting her to show more signs of being a Masonic puppet from this point on. I was also considering making a full video on the Grammy Awards in general, from the beginning to now. If you guys are interested in seeing a full video on the Grammy Awards, comment Grammy below. Just looking at the way these people were dressed during the Grammy Awards, you can tell that they're all a part of the same system. They all knew Sam Smith was going to be performing a satanic ritual for the audience. From Lil Uzi Vert to Blac Chyna, all of these celebrities came dressed strange. Especially when we look at Blac Chyna, who came dressed like a raven. Out of all the celebrities, Quavo was dressed the strangest, as he was dressed in all black with black shades covering his eyes. Then, when he was performing the so-called tribute to Takeoff, he was seen with a mask doing the one-eye symbolism. The imagery was in full force, with zero efforts in hiding anything. I have been saying this since last year. I believe we're in the new world they have been guiding the world to. All of the signs point directly to this. Now more than ever, we need to seek Christ's guidance and stay focused on our path. Do not let these artists distract you, and do not let them mislead you. Like I always say, we must remember that every day we wake up.
Yeah, whatever. The truth is, he got some good shit, I ain't gonna lie, but I don't like to hear his outros.
Ready for orders.
See what else we can find real quick, you know what I'm saying? TMZ. Charleston White. Glorilla got hit with a bottle of water. Fuck. Oh yeah, let me play this. Let me play this then.
The Alchemist. Prologue. The alchemist picked up a book that someone in the caravan had brought. Leafing through the pages, he found a story about Narcissus. The alchemist knew the legend of Narcissus, a youth who knelt daily beside a lake to contemplate his own beauty. He was so fascinated by himself that one morning he fell into the lake and drowned. At the spot where he fell, a flower was born, which was called the Narcissus. But this was not how the author of the book ended the story. He said that when Narcissus died, the goddesses of the forest appeared and found the lake, which had been fresh water, transformed into a lake of salty tears. "Why do you weep?" the goddesses asked. "I weep for Narcissus," the lake replied. "Ah, it is no surprise that you weep for Narcissus," they said, "for though we always pursued him in the forest, you alone could contemplate his beauty close at hand." But was Narcissus beautiful? The lake asked. "Who better than you to know that?" The goddesses said in wonder. "After all, it was by your banks that he knelt each day to contemplate himself." The lake was silent for some time. Finally, it said, "I weep for Narcissus, but I never noticed that Narcissus was beautiful. I weep because each time he knelt beside my banks, I could see, in the depths of his eyes, my own beauty reflected." What a lovely story, The Alchemist thought. Part 1. The boy's name was Santiago. Dusk was falling as the boy arrived with his herd at an abandoned church. The roof had fallen in long ago, and an enormous sycamore had grown on the spot where the sacristy had once stood. He decided to spend the night there. He saw to it that all the sheep entered through the ruined gate, and then laid some planks across it to prevent the flock from wandering away during the night. There were no wolves in the region, but once an animal had strayed during the night, and the boy had had to spend the entire next day searching for it. He swept the floor with his jacket and lay down, using the book he had just finished reading as a pillow. He told himself that he would have to start reading thicker books. They lasted longer and made more comfortable pillows. It was still dark when he awoke, and looking up, he could see the stars through the half-destroyed roof. He arose and, picking up his crook, began to awaken the sheep that still slept. He had noticed that, as soon as he awoke, most of his animals also began to stir. It was as if some mysterious energy bound his life to that of the sheep, with whom he had spent the past 2 years, leading them through the countryside in search of food and water. "They are so used to me that they know my schedule," he muttered. Thinking about that for a moment, he realized that it could be the other way around, that it was he who had become accustomed to their schedule. But there were certain of them who took a bit longer to awaken. The boy prodded them, one by one, with his crook, calling each by name. He had always believed that the sheep were able to understand what he said. So there were times when he'd read them parts of his books that had made an impression on him, or when he would tell them of the loneliness or the happiness of a shepherd in the fields. Sometimes he would comment to them on the things he had seen in the villages they passed. But for the past few days, he had spoken to them about only one thing: the girl, the daughter of a merchant who lived in the village they would reach in about 4 days. He had been to the village only once, the year before. The merchant was the proprietor of a dry goods shop, and he always demanded that the sheep be sheared in his presence so that he would not be cheated. A friend had told the boy about the shop, and he had taken his sheep there. "I need to sell some wool," the boy told the merchant. The shop was busy, and the man asked the shepherd to wait until the afternoon. So the boy sat on the steps of the shop and took a book from his bag. "I didn't know shepherds knew how to read," said a girl's voice behind him. The girl was typical of the region of Andalusia, with flowing black hair and eyes that vaguely recalled the Moorish conquerors. "Well, usually I learn more from my sheep than from books," he answered. During the 2 hours that they talked, she told him she was the merchant's daughter and spoke of life in the village, where each day was like all the others. The shepherd told her of the Andalusian countryside and related the news from the other towns where he had stopped. It was a pleasant change from talking to his sheep. "How did you learn to read?" the girl asked at one point. "Like everybody learns," he said, "in school." "Well, if you know how to read, why are you just a shepherd?" The boy mumbled an answer that allowed him to avoid responding to her question. He was sure the girl would never understand. He went on telling stories about his travels, and her bright, Moorish eyes went wide with fear and surprise. As the time passed, the boy found himself wishing that the day would never end, that her father would stay busy and keep him waiting for 3 days. He recognized that he was feeling something he had never experienced before: the desire to live in one place forever. With the girl with the raven hair, his days would never be the same again. But finally, the merchant appeared and asked the boy to shear 4 sheep. He paid for the wool and asked the shepherd to come back the following year. And now IT was only 4 days before he would be back in that same village. He was excited and at the same time uneasy. Maybe the girl had already forgotten him. Lots of shepherds passed through selling their wool. "It doesn't matter," he said to his sheep. "I know other girls in other places." But in his heart, he knew that it did matter. And he knew that shepherds, like seamen and like traveling salesmen, always found a town where there was someone who could make them forget the joys of carefree wandering. The day was dawning, and the shepherd urged his sheep in the direction of the sun. "They never have to make any decisions," he thought. "Maybe that's why they always stay close to me." The only things that concerned the sheep were food and water. As long as the boy knew how to find the best pastures in Andalusia, they would be his friends. Yes, their days were all the same, with the seemingly endless hours between sunrise and dusk, and they had never read a book in their young lives, and didn't understand when the boy told them about the sights of the cities. They were content with just food and water, and, in exchange, they generously gave of their wool, their company, and once in a while, their meat.
Motherfucker got me.
If I became a monster
Laying on
today
the floor.
and decided to kill them, one by one, they would become aware only after most of the flock had been slaughtered, thought the boy. They trust me, and they've forgotten how to rely on their own instincts because I lead them to nourishment. The boy was surprised at his thoughts. Maybe the church, with the sycamore growing from within, had been haunted. It had caused him to have the same dream for a second time, and it was causing him to feel anger toward his faithful companions. He drank a bit from the wine that remained from his dinner of the night before, and he gathered his jacket closer to his body. He knew that a few hours from now, with the sun at its zenith, the heat would be so great that he would not be able to lead his flock across the fields. It was the time of day when all of Spain slept during the summer. The heat lasted until nightfall, and all that time he had to carry his jacket. But when he thought to complain about the burden of its weight, he remembered that because he had the jacket, he had withstood the cold of the dawn. We have to be prepared for change, he thought, and he was grateful for the jacket's weight and warmth. The jacket had a purpose, and so did the boy. His purpose in life was to travel, and after 2 years of walking the Andalusian terrain, he knew all the cities of the region. He was planning, on this visit, to explain to the girl how it was that a simple shepherd knew how to read. That he had attended a seminary until he was 16. His parents had wanted him to become a priest, and thereby a source of pride for a simple farm family. They worked hard just to have food and water, like the sheep. He had studied Latin, Spanish, and theology. But ever since he had been a child, he had wanted to know the world, and this was much more important to him than knowing God and learning about man's sins. One afternoon, on a visit to his family, he had summoned up the courage to tell his father that he didn't want to become a priest,
Oh, a tank. All right.
that he wanted to
Makes sense.
travel. People from all over the world have passed through this village, son, said his father. They come in search of new things, but when they leave, they are basically the same people they were when they arrived. They climb the mountain to see the castle, and they wind up thinking that the past was better than what we have now. They have blonde hair or dark skin, but basically, they're the same as the people who live right here. But I'd like to see the castles in the towns where they live, the boy explained. Those people, when they see our land, say that they would like to live here forever, his father continued. Well, I'd like to see their land and see how they live, said his son. The people who come here have a lot of money to spend, so they can afford to travel, his father said. Amongst us,
I
the
don't like
only
that guy.
ones who travel are the shepherds. Well, then I'll be a shepherd. His father said no more. The next day, he gave his son a pouch that held 3 ancient Spanish gold coins. I found these one day in the fields. I wanted them to be a part of your inheritance, but use them to buy your flock. Take to the fields, and someday you'll learn that our countryside is the best and our women are the most beautiful, and he gave the boy his blessing. The boy could see in his father's gaze a desire to be able himself to travel the world, a desire that was still alive. Despite his father's having had to bury it over dozens of years under the burden of struggling for water to drink, food to eat, and the same place to sleep every night of his life.
God damn, I couldn't
The
fucking
horizon
do
was
it.
tinged with
I had
gray,
it too.
and suddenly the sun
I
appeared.
fucked it off.
The boy thought back to that conversation with his father and felt happy. He had already
Damn.
seen many castles and met many women, but none the equal of the one who awaited him several
There's
days
2 of them
hence.
up there too.
He owned a jacket, a book that he could trade for another, and a flock of sheep. But most important, he was able every day to live out his dream. If he were to tire of the Andalusian fields, he could sell his sheep and go to sea. By the time he had had enough of the sea, he would already have known other cities, other women, and other chances to be happy. I couldn't have found God in the seminary, he thought, as he looked at the sunrise. Whenever he could, he sought out a new road to travel. He had never been to that
How the
ruined church
fuck are they
before,
just sitting
in spite
there?
of having traveled through those parts many times. The
Crazy.
world was huge and inexhaustible. He had only to allow his sheep to set the route for a while, and he would discover other interesting things. The problem is that they don't even realize that they're walking a new road every day. They don't see that the fields are new and the seasons change. All they think about is food and water. Maybe we're all that way, the boy mused. Even me, I haven't thought of other women since I met the merchant's daughter. Looking at the sun, he calculated that he would reach Tarifa before midday.
Fuck, I was supposed to
There, he could exchange his book for a thicker one, fill his wine bottle, shave, and have a haircut. He had to prepare himself for his meeting with the girl, and he didn't want to think about the possibility that some other shepherd, with a larger flock of sheep, had arrived there before him and asked for her hand.
This fucking dude ain't even finished landing and he got a better aim than me.
Interesting, he thought, as he looked again at the position of the sun and hurried his pace. He had suddenly remembered that in Tarifa there was an old woman who interpreted dreams. The old woman led the boy to a room at the back of her house. It was separated from her living room by a curtain of colored beads. The room's furnishings consisted of a table, an image of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and 2 chairs. The woman sat down and told him to be seated as well. Then she took both of his hands in hers and began quietly to pray. It sounded like a gypsy prayer. The boy had already had experience on the road with gypsies. They also traveled, but they had no flocks of sheep. People said that gypsies spent their lives tricking others. It was also said that they had a pact with the devil and that they kidnapped children and, taking them away to their mysterious camps, made them their slaves.
God damn, man, I get in here and get killed right away.
That he would be captured by gypsies. And this childhood fear returned when the old woman took his hands in hers. But she has the Sacred Heart of Jesus there, he thought, trying to reassure himself. He didn't want his hand to begin trembling, showing the old woman that he was fearful. He recited it Our Father silently. Very interesting, said the woman, never taking her eyes from the boy's hands, and then she fell silent. The boy was becoming nervous. His hands began to tremble, and the woman sensed it. He quickly pulled his hands away. I didn't come here to have you read my palm, he said, already regretting having come. He thought for a moment that it would be better to pay her fee and leave without learning a thing, that he was giving too much importance to his recurrent dream. You came so that you could learn about your dreams, said the old woman. And dreams are the language of God. When he speaks in our language, I can interpret what he has said. But if he speaks in the language of the soul, it is only you who can understand. But whichever it is, I'm going to charge you for the consultation. Another trick, the boy thought, but he decided to take a chance. A shepherd always takes his chances with wolves and with drought, and that's what makes a shepherd's life exciting. I have had the same dream twice, he said. I dreamed that I was in a field with my sheep when a child appeared and began to play with the animals. I don't like people to do that because the sheep are afraid of strangers. But children always seem to be able to play with them without frightening them. I don't know why. I don't know how animals know the age of human beings. Tell me more about your dreams, said the woman. I have to get back to my cooking, and since you don't have much money, I can't give you a lot of time. The child went on playing with my sheep for quite a while, continued the boy, a bit upset. And suddenly, the child took me by both hands and transported me to the Egyptian pyramids. He paused for a moment to see if the woman knew what the Egyptian pyramids were. But she said nothing. Then, at the Egyptian pyramids, he said the last 3 words slowly so that the old woman would understand. The child said to me, "If you come here, you will find a hidden treasure." And just as she was about to show me the exact location, I woke up, both times. The woman was silent for some time. Then she again took his hands and studied them carefully. I'm not going to charge you anything now, she said. But I want 1/10 of the treasure if you find it. The boy laughed out of happiness.
Well, the one guy
he was going to be able to save the little money he had because of a dream about hidden treasure. Well, interpret the dream, he said. First, swear to me. Swear that you will give me 1/10 of your treasure in exchange for what I am going to tell you. The shepherd swore that he would. The old woman asked him to swear again while looking at the image of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. It's a dream in a language of the world, she said. I can interpret it, but the interpretation is very difficult. That's why I feel that I deserve a part of what you find. And this is my interpretation. You must go to the pyramids in Egypt. I have never heard of them, but if it was a child who showed them to you, they exist.
Motherfucker!
There you will find a treasure that will make you a rich man. The boy was surprised and then irritated. He didn't need to seek out the old woman for this. But then he remembered that he wasn't going to have to pay anything. I didn't need to waste my time just for this, he said. I told you that your dream was a difficult one. It's the simple things in life that are the most extraordinary. Only wise men are able to understand them. And since I'm not wise, I had to learn other arts, such as the reading of palms. Well, how am I going to get to Egypt? I only interpret dreams. I don't know how to turn them into reality. That's why I have to live off what my daughters provide me with. And what if I never get to Egypt? Then I don't get paid. It wouldn't be the first time. And the woman told the boy to leave, saying she had already wasted too much time with him. So the boy was disappointed. He decided that he would never again believe in dreams. He remembered that he had a number of things he had to take care of.
Yeah, he got his shit fucked
He went
up.
to the market for something to eat. He traded his book for one that was thicker, and he found a bench in the plaza where he could sample the new wine he had bought. The day was hot, and the wine was refreshing. The sheep were at the gates of the city, in a stable that belonged to a friend. The boy knew a lot of people in the city. That was what made traveling appeal to him.
The fuck am I
He
getting
always
hit
made
by?
new friends, and he didn't need to spend all of his time with them. When someone sees the same people every day, as it happened with him at the seminary, they wind up becoming a part of that person's life. And then they want the person to change. If someone isn't what others want them to be, the others become angry. Everyone seems to have a clear idea of how other people should lead their lives, but none about his or her own. He decided to wait until the sun had sunk a bit lower in the sky before following his flock back through the fields. 3 days from now, he would be with the merchant's daughter. He started to read the book he had bought. On the very first page, it described a burial ceremony, and the names of the people involved were very difficult to pronounce. If he ever wrote a book, he thought, he would present one person at a time so that the reader wouldn't have to worry about memorizing a lot of names. When he was finally able to concentrate on what he was reading, he liked the book better. The burial was on a snowy day, and he welcomed the feeling of being cold. As he read on, an old man sat down at his side and tried to strike up a conversation.
Damn.
What are they doing? The old man asked, pointing at the people in the plaza. Working, the boy answered dryly, making it look as if he wanted to concentrate on his reading.
Oh, that's
Actually,
Cyanetta.
he was
I never
thinking
seen
about
him
shearing his
before.
sheep in front of
Okay.
the merchant's daughter so that she could see that he was someone who was capable of doing difficult things. He had already imagined the scene many times. Every time, the girl became fascinated when he explained that the sheep had to be sheared from back to front. He also tried to remember some good stories to relate as he sheared the sheep. Most of them he had read in books, but he would tell them as if they were from his personal experience. She would never know the difference because she didn't know how to read.
On that note, I'm gonna listen to that a little bit later offline. But yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I got some other shit I gotta do. But quick short stream, afternoon stream with the mask on. We'll try it again, do better next time, you know what I'm saying? But for the time being, I'll holler at y'all later, man. Have a good day, y'all.